Welcome to my channel, All for Health with Jane. Family, a trial within a trial in the Senzo Meyiwa trial is almost at the end. Family, we are at a point where the state will argue in front of the court, give reasons why they believe that the court must admit the confession statement that was given by Moses Sibiya and Bongani Ntanzi as a true and voluntarily given statement. And on the other hand, the defense must come with the argument, contest against whatever that is being presented by the state and give their version, give their reasons. Why do they believe that this statement, this alleged confession statement, must not be admitted by the court? The state advocate Mgomezulu, in his presentation of heads, he argues that the versions of both accused number 1 and 2 are improbable and must be rejected by the court. Advocate Baloyi further said the grounds on which the defense is challenging the admissibility of the confession statements is contradictory and not clear. The defense would say one thing now and later change as the new evidence is presented by other witnesses in court. This is what was said by Advocate Baloyi. Family, this was also seen when Moses Sibiya and Bongani Ntanzi distanced themselves from most of the things that was said by Advocate Mgomezulu on their behalf. Let's watch and listen to Advocate Baloyi as he presents his arguments.
There's no iota of evidence that accused number 1 sustained any injuries as a result of this sustained and severe assault. As Lieutenant Colonel Mboto put it, who, as we've mentioned, is a very seasoned senior police officer, says they cannot assault a person 3 times and then he comes to the office walking. That is not true, my lord. I want to deny that again. Based on those facts, the gentleman was going to come by an ambulance if he was assaulted 3 times, 3 places like that. That is not true. The second point that we want to make is that the extract of the occurrence book of Vilera Police Station Exhibit NN and Alberton Police Station Exhibit KK show that the accused had no injuries. The third submission is that extracts of the occurrence book from Diepkloof Police Station also indicate that accused number 1 had no injuries. Except, as we mentioned, my lord, for the fact that there was this marks on the wrist due to the tied handcuffs, and Colonel Mboto testified that he had to loosen the handcuffs a bit. The fourth submission in this regard, we mentioned that both Lieutenant Colonel Mboto and Lieutenant Colonel Hadebe, very seasoned commission officers, saw no injuries on accused number 1. And the fact that we also make the submission, my lord, that Lieutenant Colonel Hadebe made accused number 1 to disrobe from the waist upwards, and photos were also taken, and there were no visible injuries.
Family, coming to the making and signing of the statement, according to Advocate Baloyi, he says it was not clear from Advocate Ramusipili what exactly happened in the process of making and signing the confession statement. Whether they made and signed the confession statement or a made statement was brought to them for signing, or the statement was made and signed by somebody else somewhere, Baloyi says it is not clear. Therefore, based on that, he says the court must reject the defense request not to admit the statement. Let's listen to Advocate Baloyi as he presents this argument.
The explanation of Mr. Ramosipili, it's not clear as to whether accused number one, firstly, whether he denies making a statement. Two, whether he admits that he made a statement but that he was coerced to make a statement by being assaulted. Three, whether the statement was brought to him and he was assaulted to sign a statement that was already prepared. So in other words, that is not the source of the statement and is unaware of its content, but that the police are.
In his argument, Advocate Baloyi further indicated that for the mere fact that Mr. Mjiako, who is alleged to be Bongani Ntanzi's lawyer then, was present, the state cannot believe that Bongani would be unfairly treated in front of Advocate Mjiako. Family, let's listen to this point of argument.
It is submitted that the confession to Ms. Cronje, Exhibit JJ by accused number 2, in the presence of his lawyer, be admitted without further ado, as Mr. Mjiako would have raised any objection if there was anything untoward. Paragraph 11.6, we submit, my lord, that the version of the accused is riddled with contradictions, and it is so improbable that it ought to be rejected, and that the statements in question be ruled admissible.
Another argument by the state is that there's a lot of contradiction in terms of dates when it comes to days when the accused were tortured. Family, let's listen to this point of argument.
It is submitted that there is a major contradiction as to the date of the alleged assault of accused number 2. Mr. Ramosipili said the assaults commenced on the 19th of June 2020, when he set out the grounds on which the admissibility of the statements would be challenged, as demonstrated above. However, the version put by Mr. Mgomezulu to Constable Buthelezi and Sergeant Mukhani was that the alleged assault took place on the 19th of June 2020. And strange is the fact that after the AVL records were obtained and those locations at which the alleged assaults took place did not appear thereon, there was an about turn on the alleged assault, and it was then alleged that the assault took place on the 18th of June 2020 to align the version to the AVL, and we argue, my lord, that this simply shows the untruthfulness of the version of the accused.
A well-prepared presentation by Advocate Baloyi. Let's hope the same happens with our defense. Family, once the state Advocate Baloyi is done with his presentation of why he believes the state must reject the defense request, the defense on behalf of the accused will also present their arguments contesting against the state. They must also convince the state why do they feel and believe the court must accept their request of not admitting those alleged confession statements as statements that were done freely and voluntarily. Let's hope in their presentation the defense will also come well prepared for them to contest what has been said by Advocate Baloyi. Family, thank you very much for watching this video to the end. Please like it before you leave and subscribe for my channel if you haven't done so yet. I love you, family. Thank you. Bye.